Let me tell you a story, my friend, a story of power, of darkness, and of light. It happened many seasons ago in a great village where men feared the gods and spirits walked among men. Listen carefully, for this is not an ordinary tale. The night was thick with darkness. The river that ran through the village of Ubolo raged as if angry. A strange wind howled, shaking the mighty palm trees. In the belly of the underworld, deep beneath the ocean, the queen of the marine kingdom sat on her throne, her eyes burning like fireflies in the night. Before her stood Zita, the most beautiful and dangerous mermaid in the underworld. "You have been chosen," the queen's voice echoed like thunder. "For 150 days, we have prepared you. You will go into the land of men and destroy him." Him. Zita's voice was like a song, smooth and sweet, but filled with poison. "Ebuka Anozie Obi, the man of God," the queen growled. "He carries a power too strong. He has burned too many of our altars. If he is not stopped, he will destroy us all." Zita smiled, her teeth shining like pearls. "I will make him fall." The queen raised her staff, and suddenly, Zita's body began to change. Her long fish tail melted into human legs. Her hair turned black like the feathers of a crow. She wore a wrapper of fine silk and golden beads that jingled with every movement. "Go," the queen commanded. "Do not fail us." And like a shadow, Zita vanished into the land of men. The village of Ubolo was buzzing. People lined up in front of the great church of Pastor Ebuka Anozie Obi, seeking healing, deliverance, and blessings. He was no ordinary man, the power of the Almighty burned in his veins. His prayers sent demons wailing into the abyss. The spirits of darkness trembled at the mention of his name. On the 7th day of Zita's arrival, she made her move. Dressed in a wrapper that clung to her body like water on a rock, her skin glowing like the morning sun, she stepped into the church compound. Every man who saw her forgot the words in his mouth. Women gasped, their eyes narrowing with suspicion. She walked straight into the office of Pastor Ebuka. The moment she stepped in, a strange coldness filled the room. The air smelled of the ocean. She sat down, crossing her long legs, and smiled sweetly. "Man of God," she purred, "I have come for consultation." But Pastor Ebuka did not look surprised. He did not even blink. He folded his hands and stared deep into her eyes. Then, with a voice like rolling thunder, he spoke. "Please, if you are still listening to this miraculous tale, do well to touch the subscribe button, like and comment below. What you think about this tale, may God bless that your hand as you subscribe." Now let's continue the story. For 150 days, you have been prepared from the marine kingdom. You were sent to destroy me. Zita froze. A shiver ran down her spine. This was not possible. How did he know? She forced a laugh, but her fingers trembled. "Man of God, I don't understand what you mean." Pastor Ebuka rose to his feet. The air in the room became heavy. The power of God swirled around him like a mighty whirlwind. "The Lord spoke to me. He showed me your face. He revealed your mission. You cannot deceive me, Zita." Zita's smile vanished. The room suddenly felt too small. Something inside her, a force, screamed for her to run. But she fought it. She was powerful. She had seduced kings and destroyed warriors. She would not fail. She stood up, moving closer to him. Her eyes turned a deep shade of blue, the color of the ocean. Her voice became softer, sweeter. "Man of God, look at me. Don't you see how beautiful I am? Don't you feel my warmth?" She reached out to touch him. But before her fingers could land on his skin, Pastor Ebuka clapped his hands once and shouted, "Holy Ghost fire." A great wind burst into the room, knocking over chairs and books. Zita screamed. Her skin began to burn. She fell to her knees, wailing. Her true form was beginning to show. No. No, she cried, trying to hold on to her human shape. But it was too late. Before Pastor Ebuka's eyes, Zita began to change. Her beautiful legs melted away, replaced by a long, monstrous fishtail. Her fingers became sharp claws, her once smooth skin turning into thick, green scales. Her head stretched, her mouth widening into the fangs of a python. She had turned into a giant serpent with the tail of a fish. The entire church heard the unholy scream that burst from the office. People ran to see what was happening. When they arrived, they saw the great serpent, hissing and thrashing, trying to escape. Pastor Ebuka lifted his hands to the heavens. O Lord, arise. Let your enemies be scattered. Thunder roared in the sky. A bolt of lightning struck down, hitting Zita directly. She let out a final, deafening shriek before vanishing into a thick cloud of smoke. The air smelled of burnt scales. The church trembled as if the very ground was afraid. When the smoke cleared, there was nothing left of Zita. Pastor Ebuka turned to the people who had gathered, their eyes wide with shock and fear. He raised his hand and declared, "No weapon formed against us shall prosper." The crowd erupted into shouts of praise. Drums beat, voices rose in worship. The victory of God had prevailed once more. Thank you, and please give this tale a thumbs up and check other video for more amazing tale.